Welcome to the Easy Web Computing training video showing how to copy and paste an events list from a Word document into one of your website posts in order to update your school events feed. Here we can see I'm at the front page of my website, and you can see we have the school events feed on the right hand side and a simple post in there talking about notices of events. It's actually an update post rather than a post which contains lots of information about the coming term. We want to populate this whole area with the Word document I've got on my left here, which contains within it a table where we have the first column for the date, the middle column for who the event is applicable to, and the right hand column as details of the event. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the front tab here on the right hand side showing the front of the website, and the left hand tab here showing the same website but the back end of the website at the dashboard. So I'm going to click to go to the dashboard, and I'm going to go to Posts and Add New. And I'm going to type in here events for spring term 2016. And so going over to my Word document, because I've got a table here and I've got some text above, I'm going to highlight the text first, and I'm just going to right mouse click and copy, then go across to the post, click into the body, right mouse click and paste. And I'm going to hit return on my keyboard once, and that means that the flashing cursor is sitting below the main top line, ready to receive the table of information. Now if I go back over to my Word document, you'll see that there is a small square in the top left hand corner of this table. If you don't see that square when you're inside Microsoft Word, then just click inside the table itself to make the table active, and that square will come into view. Clicking once on that square will highlight the whole table, and that highlights all the formatting and everything else that's with it. Now if I right mouse click anywhere in that blue highlighted area and click copy, that puts the full table into the computer's memory. So if I now go back over to my website new post, I have two options. I can either right mouse click and choose paste, or on my keyboard I can hold the control key down and press the letter V at the same time in order to paste. Both will have two different effects. Let me show you first of all. If I right mouse click and choose paste, it pastes in all of the details of all the events simply as text, and it leaves off all of this column formatting. So it takes and strips out all of the different columns that are available. Now if you're happy with that, I have to get rid of these date, who and event titles. Those three titles came from these three columns here. And obviously, as this is no longer aligned, I have to get rid of those, but it does mean that looking down I have a very nice list that's easy to read and look at. So if I scroll down the categories and find the notices of events, click in there. So I've got my title, I've got my list, I've got my category, and I click publish. Once the page has refreshed itself, if I then go across to my main tab, which shows the front of my website, and then I refresh the page, I'm going to do that by clicking on the refresh button, the reload current page. Just do that. Now as the page refreshes, you can see in our school events feed this list of events that's really easy to read, and that will do very nicely. However, it may be that you want to have the 3 rows as is shown in the original Word document, you might want to retain this layout of columns and rows. So to do that, if I go back to my posts at the back end of the website, click on that tab, and if I highlight this text here and delete it off, and rather than right mouse clicking and choosing paste, if I hold down the Control key and then press the V key. Okay, that's what I have to do. Control V is the same as edit paste or right mouse click and paste. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just delete that. So I've got my Control key held down and I'm going to press the letter V, and you can immediately see this pastes into the post, an almost exact replica of the table here. Obviously the formatting is slightly different, the spacing is slightly different, but that's just the difference between the two packages. However, the information itself in the columns and in the rows will all be exactly the same. Now if I click the update button and that page refreshes itself, and I now go back to the front page of the website, clicking on this right hand tab, I can either refresh the page here, which I'm going to do, or I could press the F5 key. The F5, the function 5 key on your keyboard, refreshes the page as well. And I scroll down after refreshing the page, and I can see if I move this a little to the middle that I've got these nice 3 columns to choose from as I look. So depending on whether you prefer just the lines of text or whether you would like the columns is depending how you will paste it, whether you do a right mouse click and paste into your post, or whether you click with your mouse once so that the flashing cursor is ready to receive the information and press Control key on your keyboard, and holding that down press the letter V, the V key, and that will paste in the same information but retain at the same time the formatting of your original Word table. And that's how to add in a Notices of Events feed from a Word document into your website.